Hey everybody, this is Whisper Sister, and this is a whisper rune reading for David. You had just sort of asked for a general overview reading, so I'm going to go ahead and do just a 3-stone reading for you and see if it applies to anything in your life. Anything you might have on your mind. Is this thing zoomed in? A little bit. Okay. So, David. Challenge, and your action called for will be okay. So your overview is this one, and it's Isa, which is stand still. Page 137. Okay. The winter of the spiritual life is upon you. You may find yourself entangled in a situation to whose implications you are in effect blind. You may feel powerless to do anything except submit, surrender, even sacrifice some long-cherished desire. Be patient, for this is the period of gestation that precedes a rebirth. Positive accomplishment is unlikely now. There is a freeze on useful activity. All your plans are on hold. You may be experiencing an unaccustomed drain on your energy and wonder why. A chill wind is reaching you over the ice floes of old, outmoded habits. Trying to hold on can result in shallowness of feeling, a sense of being out of touch with life. Seek to discover what it is that you are holding on to that perpetuates this condition and let go. Shed, release, cleanse away the old. Doing so will bring on the thaw. Usually, Isa requires a sacrifice of the personal, the I. At such a time, you cannot hope to rely on help or friendly support, and yet there is no reason for anxiety. Submit and be still, for what you are experiencing is not necessarily the result of your actions or habits, but rather arises from conditions about which you can do nothing. What has been full must empty. What has increased must decrease. This is the way of heaven and earth. To surrender is to display courage and wisdom. And yet there is another face to stand still. Just as winter is a time for going within, drawing Isa can announce a time of restoration and renewal at the deepest level. In your solitude, exercise caution, and do not stubbornly persist in attempting to work your will. Remain mindful that the seed of the new is present in the shell of the old, the seed of unrealized potential, the seed of the good. Trust your own process and watch for signs of spring. Okay. first, things are slow in coming to fruition. The process of birth is long and arduous, and fears arise for the safety of the child within. A crisis, a difficult passage, even if brief, is at hand. Consideration and deliberation are called for. Ask yourself whether you possess the virtues of seriousness, sincerity, and emptiness. To possess them is to have tranquility, which is the ground for patience, clarity, and perseverance. Seen in its true light, everything is a test, and so focused in the present, sincere toward others, and trusting in yourself, know that you cannot fail. In times of crisis, Wunjo reversed is a useful meditation. Okay, and then I'm going to read the upright reading for that as well, because this is sort of the flip side of that. So if that's your challenge, this is I guess what you would stand to experience. Maybe once you overcome that challenge, or once you sorry, my hand is totally shaking. See if I can just read it with my other hand. So this is kind of the flip side of that, or the aspect that may be hidden by challenges that you're going through. This rune is a fruit-bearing branch. The term of travail has ended, and you have come to yourself in some regard. The shift that was due has occurred. Now you can freely receive Wunjo's blessings, whether they be in material gain, in your emotional life, or in a heightened sense of your own well-being. This is an alchemical moment in which an understanding is transmuted from knowledge. The knowledge itself was a necessary, but not sufficient condition. Now you can rejoice, having been carried across the gap by the will of heaven. Joyousness accompanies new energy blocked before now. Light pierces the clouds and touches the waters, just as something lovely emerges from the depths. The soul is illuminated from within, at the meeting place of heaven and earth, the meeting of the waters. There is a new clarity which may call for you to renounce existing plans, ambitions, and goals. It is proper and timely for you to do so, for Wunjo is a rune of restoration, of the self properly aligned with the self. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense as far as the challenge that you may be facing. And then your action called for is Uruz, which is the rune for strength. Sorry. Okay. What's this one? The rune of terminations and new beginnings. Drawing Uruz indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form. That form must die so that new energy can be released in a new form. This is a rune of passage, and as such, part of the cycle of initiation. Positive growth and change, however, may involve a descent into darkness, as part of the cycle of perpetual renewal. As in nature, this progression consists of 5 aspects: death, decay, fertilization, gestation, and rebirth. Events occurring now may well prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. Since self-change is never coerced, we are always free to resist. Remain mindful that the new life is always greater than the old. Prepare then for opportunity disguised as loss. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which you have an intense emotional bond, and through which you are reliving a part of your life, a part that must now be retrieved so you can live it out for yourself. In some way that bond is being severed, a relationship radically changed, a way of life coming to an end. Seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and new strength. The ancient symbol for Uruz was the aurochs, a wild ox. When the wild ox was domesticated, an immense yourself to the demands of such a creative time. Firm principles attached to this rune. At the same time, humility is called for, since in order to rule, you must learn how to serve. Uruz puts you on notice that your soul and the universe support your new growth. Okay, so that's your reading. Hopefully it makes some sense for you and gives you something to consider. Feel free to let me know what you thought, if it was accurate or not. And, yeah, take care. I'll talk to you all soon.